The Big Brother's bit on the site. We delve deeper, go further and probe into places other shows will not touch. It's time to meet our panel. First up is a man who could be described as Marmite. He's sticky and leaves a bad taste in your mouth. It's Ian Lee! That man. Behave yourself this week, Ian. Bringing gravitas to the panel and keeping us all in line is our very own body language expert. It's Judy James.
Oh,
Judy James. And together at last, she's joined by our behavioural expert extraordinaire. It's Dr. Pam Spear, everyone. And finally, completing our lineup, we want him to soar. And we'll definitely have a pint with him now that he's on the outside. It's Callum! Yeah! He loves it! He loves it! Now, from cucumbers to cringe bags, it's been a busy old week in the Big Brother house, and I think we could all do with a little recap. Would you agree? Yeah! Yeah. Here's the week in 79 seconds and 22 frames.
We all love you so much, Mum. Kiss, 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 kiss.
We're all missing you so much.
I love and adore you.
You make me cry.
You say stupid thing.
I know. Like I probably have. How dare you, Phil? Why doesn't Charlie think before she speaks?
Jemima or Jackie?
I would rather sleep with Jackie. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oh my God.
And you've got eyes like a serial killer.
You lost your biggest fan. I won't bother you anymore.
Why are you such a bitch?
You being in here isn't something that I'm definitely going to remember.
He's so rude, you can actually make an onion cry.
Bollocks.
I'm ready to beat you! There's a frog in here. He's gonna kill us all!
Boys will be boys.
I'm in the wrong place for a bum.
I'll do for full English. I've got loads of flavours. What's next for Dexter?
So out of everyone that should go, we think it should be you this week. I know when Hayden wants to, she can be a bully in the china shop.
What did you just say?
You were a bully in the china
A
shop.
bully in the china shop.
Sixth to be evicted is Callum.
Really solid.
Very solid.
So much to discuss. But let's start with last night's events. Callum, good to see you. How were your first 24 hours out of the house?
Crazy. My feet have not touched the ground.
No?
Straight into BBBOTS, and then a busy day today as well. Catching up with people, loved ones, and talking to a lot of people I didn't know before. Cheers, guys.
Callum prides himself on being the nice lad from down the road. So, Judy, how did this niceness work against our Callum?
Well, Callum, I feel qualified to write the book of Callum, actually. I mean, thank you for keeping me busy over the summer. It came across as an unnatural niceness. In the animal kingdom, when an animal's too nice too soon, it feels threatening, as though it's hiding something, and I think they felt slightly threatened. The other thing I was interested in, I had a look at your notes, and it said that you like saving lives as a lifeguard because it gave you praise and attention. It made you feel like a hero. I think you brought some of that into the house, the desire to come across as a hero, and you did go around trying to save people, but they were kind of having a nice little paddle. I don't think they actually want, you know, people like Sam and Charlie, I think they were quite enjoying themselves.
Yeah.
And I think when you take it upon yourself to then act as their rescuer, I think it did look rather controlling and a bit manipulative at times.
OK.
I'm sorry, I'm chuckling because I've got, like, images of someone by the paddling pool just dipping the toe in and Callum coming over going, I rescued you.
With all the best intentions, you know. I mean, it's just that it probably wasn't suitable for the circumstances of the situation. Please do your mouth shrug, though, because I was picking up on it. Every time people criticised you, you went... Would you do one for me?
That's just, you know, not interrupting people. It'd be rude to interrupt you when you're talking, so it's just a gentle nod.
So I've got to interrupt you because we've got to move on. Sorry to be rude. Dr. Pam, why do you think viewers ultimately didn't like what Callum was doing? They got him out.
Well, first off, I've got to say, I think the wrong man's here tonight, actually. And I could spend the whole programme talking about some of the injustices that Callum faced and actually how you could have taken things better, how you could have behaved in ways that actually didn't see you here tonight. The thing is, they were equally matched Callum and Dexter on your anger and frustration with each other. But somehow Dexter had this sort of cool, calculating way of giving it to you, and you had that sort of very dominant, real, raw, emotional way of giving it back. And I think on the TV screen what happens is it looks quite intimidating. You looked more aggressive than you actually are. My gosh, sitting right here, I don't feel an aggressive vibe off of you.
Callum,
so
apart from taking it all on board, what else have you got to say to what you just said there?
Thank you, and I know it's hard to say not to read too much into things. I wasn't going around trying to save people at all. I was just trying to be me and have a good time.
Oh, well, I mean...
Guys!
He doesn't like that. He doesn't like that. I've heard.
Don't fall for it.
I've heard.
Fall for it. You're falling for it.
No.
You're falling for it. Don't look in his eyes.
We're going to move
Don't look in his eyes.
You look down, then. You look down. Judy, you know, you've been enthralled by Dexter and Callum's rivalry. Keep looking down. Are you sad it's come to an end?
No, I think it had gone too far, to be honest.
Yeah.
For me, Dexter's a bit like the naughty kid at school. I mean, if you become a teacher, you will find a Dexter in every class that you go into. That annoying kid that just keeps getting at you and resilient and won't give up and will work until they get under your skin. And I think, for me, it was a bit like watching a school teacher where it did get under your skin finally. That last scene when you were doing the face-off, I thought, he has got you now. And I think it stopped being funny at that point.
That wasn't a classroom. That was real life, and that was two adults with an equally matched rivalry. I'd agree completely. And maybe he won. Maybe he won, but maybe I lost. But
his tactics won the viewers, more viewers.
I had a great time. I had a great time.
I'm glad that you had a great time. And
Can I come up yet? No.
You can come up now if you are willing to cooperate.
I'll stay down. I'll stay down.
I like him that way.
Dr. Pam, you know, Sam was very much under Callum's wing. They had a lovely little bromance. Now that Callum's gone, will we see Sam, you know, soar in his own way?
He was already soaring this last week.
Yeah.
You know, suddenly we saw him, like, challenge Dexter about after the Nemesis battle and how, you know, Dexter treated Callum. We saw that. We saw him, you know, sort of, love it when Hazel was almost in his lap. You know, we saw him come out of himself anyway. And I think with smaller numbers, he will shine more because he will be able to understand the conversations around him.
Yeah.
As Callum pointed out, and as in the therapy session we saw Sam saying, I just am missing so much. So he's going to do better now anyway, the smaller the numbers get.
Exactly, exactly. And Callum really did give him the time of day, which is lovely. And Ian is still not looking up. So, it's already been noted. Brilliant cheer, guys. It's already noted that Sam and Charlie are getting closer. And tonight, things became even more intimate, just like now. Let's remind ourselves.
I know how you feel a little bit because when Mum left, I felt empty. But then, look at me, I quickly adapted.
Did you actually become closer to other people?
Yeah.
Did you? You go to bed now.
Yeah, okay. like Sam. If you feel you must
Callum, your best mate and your girl, and he's probably got a tiny little boner going on there. What do you make of that?
Not my girl. Not my girl. My best mate, definitely. And I'm pleased someone's trying to console him. I'm not sure that's the most appropriate way to go about it, Charlie, to be honest.
Charlie just had a thing about reeling in the attention from every man in the house. You should have wised up sooner.
Yeah, old man's up to that one.
Why wise up to Charlie? Charlie wise up well enough to the game that you and Dexter were playing. Totally.
What game was that, Ian?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Kelly. The game had been a little bit cringy, a little bit manipulative, of kind of just... I felt really sorry for her, from both what you and Dexter were doing. I thought she was being a little bit manipulated. I thought what you said to her after she nominated you in the game show that is Big Brother... you're not even listening, which is what you do.
I'm good eye contact.
Well, whatever. What you did after she nominated you, I thought bordered on bullying, to be completely honest. I thought it was inappropriate. I thought it was inappropriate.
Ian!
He's us. He's us. I thought it was inappropriate.
OK.
You are a little bit creepy. You are a little bit. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm not your cup of tea, Ian, but at the end of the day...
What do you want to say to that?
I just want to say that I did the right thing there. She told me the reasons why she'd done it. I reciprocated and told her how I now felt. What's confusing you about that, Ian?
I thought it was quite intimidating, Callum, the way you did it. I thought it was a little bit unpleasant.
OK.
That's fair enough.
Oh, heck. Well, should we move on to Hazel? Yeah, let's move on to Hazel. You know, she's survived the first eviction that she's faced since the events of the safe house. Dr. Pam, please help diffuse this situation that suddenly arose. What effect will this have on her confidence?
Oh, well, surviving last night's eviction definitely is going to be a powerful effect on her confidence. We've already seen it coming back a bit over the last week.
Yeah.
And then, you know, what we've just seen in the viewing, she's just got so confident that she's got to watch it that she doesn't cross into arrogance.
Yeah.
Now, she's always aligned herself with people. She uses other people to get power, and it's always a man. You know, first it was Dan, then Daly, then back to Dan, then Dexter, you know, all the sort of gossiping they've been doing. They've been kind of putting themselves above the other housemates. She's not careful. She should be confident. Good for her. But what she doesn't spin into arrogance, because she will again lose popularity.
Fingers crossed, because she's just about pulling it all back together.
Exactly. She doesn't want to go too far. The way she's saying, I don't care about anybody, you know, that's a bit too far for some people's liking.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you. Very good and heated chat. I'm sure you'll all agree. Coming up, it's your chance to air your views as we venture back into the form room. Wind your neck in. This week, Ian. But first, the housemates love a good old natter in the diary room, and they don't half go on. Here are the bits that are too good for the main show.
I'm out of breath. You did run up those stairs. No, I need to lose some weight.
I went to work with one glove on the other day.
Why did you only wear one glove?
Because the weatherman said it might be cold, but on the other hand, it might be warm. Did you open that on purpose?
It's a really silly question, but is there any way at all possible of winning a task to get a bottle of fake tan? No. If you don't ask, you'll never know.
Dexter, Big Brother also wants to check that you were OK after your little incident with the mouthwash.
Yeah, I'm fine. I thought I was going to die, but I'm OK now. It just went down the wrong... I swallowed a bit and I thought I was choking, but I'm OK. It's nothing to worry about.
Big Brother's very pleased to hear it. Just gargle and spit rather than swallow.
Yes.
Was we more like David Cameron or Margaret Thatcher? Oh, Margaret Thatcher? Oh, dead on the... I loved it. Some of the things she said just went down. David Cameron, he said nothing nice. Well, look, I think he's a nice man, but he said nothing that keeps you going. Will you remember David Cameron's speeches in 20 years' time?
I'm not even a Labour supporter, but I actually didn't mind Tony Blair too much.
He was a very energetic person.
He was good,
and when his 7-7, when that happened in London, his response to that was phenomenal.
Joe.
Yeah. Sorry
to butt in.
That's all right. That's all right. I was talking about our favourite Prime Minister.
Sorry.
Thanks, Charlie. Is there anything else you'd like to talk to Big Brother about?
No, that's it. Thank you.
If that's everything, the diary room door is now open.
Thank you. Oh no, hang on a minute. There is something I completely forgot. Please, we've completely run out of the loo roll. Jack's stranded on the loo. 1 second. Just so I look a bit normal. Because I know you asked me loads of questions. And I wasn't prepared. As per usual.
Gina the Warrior Princess, could you put the makeup down now?
Sophie, can you show Big Brother where your biceps are?
I thought they was your biceps. Them ones there. They're your thighs, though. Yeah, I don't know. Biceps, there, aren't they? I ain't got a clue. That's how much I know about muscles, because I ain't got one. I ain't got none.
Do you know what I think?
What do you think?
I think you fancy me.
The diary room door is now open, Sam.
You nearly had me, and if you'd asked me out on a date, I would have paid for it and said yes, obviously. You sure where you want me to go?
Bye, Sam.
Welcome back to Big Brother's Bit on the Psych. And much like Callum's analogy of love, we're the show that hits you like a bucket of water over your head.
We get you really wet.
Ian! So, with just 2 weeks to go and the final insight, how are the housemates gearing up? Well, let's take a look at those all-important game plans.
Who do you think is the most tactical player in the house?
Tactical. I'm going to go with Hazel.
Dexter.
I do think it's between D and C.
Tactical player?
The most tactical player in the house for me is Dexter.
Dexter.
What's that mean?
Jack and I think the most tactical game player is Dexter.
I would say Callum.
Has definitely got to be Callum.
What is your game plan for the final couple of weeks?
My only plan is to stay being myself. From now on, it's not really a game plan. I'm kind of here, and maybe by luck and maybe by faith, I don't know.
All I care about is what you show. I don't want to have a game plan. I just want to enjoy the rest of my experience because it's Sunday, we've only got 2 weeks left.
My game plan, so to speak, would just be to be myself and just make people understand me for me, really.
If I was to stay for the next couple of weeks, I would act differently to certain people because of the way relationships have been changed by the events this week.
I'm just going to basically be honest how I've always been. I'm loyal, I'm selfless, and that's how I've always been.
I will be different with Hazel. I will be more friendly with Hazel and more genuine.
I don't like the title game plan, but my movements and my actions for the next couple of weeks will be literally me continuing to come out of my shell and to enjoy myself, to appreciate being here, have a laugh as much as possible, not getting caught in too deep.
I will be more distant from Charlie and give her, not give her the support that she's had from me every single week. She doesn't deserve it. She's done me wrong too many times, including nominations, which is the worst thing you can do to someone in here.
Whether it'd get me to the final or not, I'm not fussed. Just as long as I know I can go away and I've been myself.
Yeah, can we say that we ain't got one? Because we haven't had one since we've been here, so I don't think there's need.
Well, my only ever one I ever thought about was making toast for people on the first day, but you didn't supply bread, so we couldn't even make toast.
And being real, because that's the only thing you can be, or else you're a failure to yourself. There really is no game plan because you cannot play these people because they're all crazy.
Very insightful. Very insightful. So let's talk about you first, Callum. You know, we saw your tactics for next week. Are you a bit disappointed that you're not going to be able to implement them?
Not even tactics, really. They just asked me who I'd be different around, and the two people that I changed my opinion of were obviously Hazel and Charlie. Charlie downhill and Hazel uphill, because she's come through a big thing. No?
No, but I mean, well, to be fair, in your defence, I definitely think, you know, me personally, I was rooting for you to just leave the whole Charlie thing alone.
Fair play. Fair play. I know.
I'm like, I think that would have, like, you know, you probably wouldn't have been sat here had you just manned up and just gone,
fair play.
on.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Fair play.
Well, I'm glad you'll take that on board. Turning our attention to Sophie, you know, Judy, you know, she claims that she's not got a game plan. Do we believe her?
She seems like the least strategic one in there, and I don't think, I mean, compared to Dexter, she's no way is she going to have a strategy like that. But I just find with Sophie, surely she's like a pastiche of previous winners, isn't she? And famous dumbed-down blondes that have gone in there. And I just don't really get a lot of those moments when she says, what does that mean? And, you know, stares at the camera. To me, it's almost as though she's mimicking some winning behaviours from the past, and I think we might have moved on a bit. I think she's worth better than that, quite honestly.
Exactly.
I think there's some good stuff about Sophie.
I completely agree. I mean, she's done karate, for example, and yet she's claiming that she doesn't know what biceps are. It's like...
She's a dental nurse, isn't she? I mean, I hope she knows where the teeth are and everything.
Leave her alone. Next up, Sophie's nemesis, Sam. Dr. Pam, does Sam need a game plan to get to the end, do you think?
Well, first, can I just say that when you go into an extraordinary situation, which going into the Big Brother house is, it's human nature to have some sort of plan. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I think Sam is the one, Sam and Charlie were the ones who had the least obvious plans. Now, what he would have, and what I would say, there's 3 types of plans I've identified, and his is an enhancement game plan. He goes in to have fun. He wanted to be a lad. He hoped to meet a lovely young woman, too, and have a lot of fun, have a bit of a romance or a showmance. And so that would have been the extent of his plan. He's uncomplicated, he's a good lad, but still he would have gone in thinking, I want to give my best, I want to have fun. And that is planning.
Yeah.
People keep saying no one has a game plan. It's just not true. Yep. In a sense, everyone has a game plan.
Exactly. Let's talk about...
Wise words.
Here,
Spontaneous round of applause. That means it was good.
Now, on to Gina. You know, Judy, does Gina need to now mix up her tactics? Because she thinks that she's been getting booed. So,
yeah, and she has. I mean, absolutely, because she's coming into the final furlong now. I'm not sure she's got much more to offer, and I think the others are going to suddenly start... God, I sound like John McCurrick now, don't I? going into a spurt in the final furlong. I mean, she's had an easy ride of it in there. I mean, you know, we got that feisty Gina at the start, and now she's just calmed down. I think the housemates gave her a gift by describing her as kooky, and I think she's kind of kept that, this is my winning formula. But I think if she's not careful, because... she's intimidated people in there. I think she showed her claws at the start. She's quite frightening. Nobody wants to cross her. But I think she's now got people in the last few weeks that don't care anymore. Yeah. And I think there are some people that will begin to take her on, and that should be really interesting. And I have to say, I hope Sam's one of them, because I think he's the guy that's up to it.
He will be.
Can I just say, I don't think Gina's had an easy ride at all. I think she's been tested continually and put out of her comfort zone again and again and again, and she's smashing the tasks out of the park.
Yeah.
She was excellent at the task. We have to talk about the twins now. Callum, is one twin more tactical than the other, do you think?
I don't think they have any tactics between them. I really don't. Jack is the boisterous extrovert and Joe's the deep thinker, the dad role of the two. I don't think they have any plan at all. I think they are just 19 and living it up.
But they would have an enhancement plan too, because they would go in going, oh, you know, we have so much fun when we bicker at home, you know, we have so much fun mucking about. So in a sense, again, it's to enhance the Big Brother experience for others and for the viewers.
Yeah,
and that's a point.
Yeah,
and I found you know, the twinning task, I found that very insightful, because it turns out that Joe was just loving dressing up as Gina, and then Jack, in fact, found out who Dexter was going to nominate next week.
I know,
that is tactics.
We are running out of time. We need to move on very quickly. I want to mention Hazel. Judy, what was Hazel's game plan?
I mean, again, they've got different game plans, and I think with different objectives. It's not automatically a game plan to win, and I think she went in there to look great, to enhance her career as a model, and I think she's completely done that. Yeah. Once she'd done that, I think she's kind of now in a group with people that she can't stand, quite openly admitting it, saying that she'd take the money if it was offered, and I think that honesty is actually quite refreshing.
Yeah, definitely. And finally, should we talk about Charlie very quickly? Callum, have you been played by a master tactician?
What do you reckon, guys? I'm too close to the game to see it if I have been.
But what do you think?
Maybe she's either a genius and pulled off a blinder, or she's just troubled and on a journey. What do you reckon?
Well, they think we played her.
I think that's a little bit unfair, but we've run out of time.
OK. Thank you, Rob. So we've had a good old chat, haven't we? So how about an exclusive?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Poor old Gina's not having a good day, is she?
Feeling a bit lost. I don't know.
When you say you feel lost, what do you mean?
I've coped tremendously without ringing my mum, but I ring her constantly throughout the whole day. Even if I have nothing to say, I just ring her. I just wanted to speak to her, especially when I'm low, feeling low or like upset about anything, or that's definitely when I call her. It's not healthy and it's not nice when you're living with people and then, for instance, just now I walked into the bedroom and I don't know, I felt a negative vibe. And I'm not talking about Hazel again because I can't really talk about her, but I feel it from her, and that's why I got my blanket and just went in the living room, because I'd rather just be in a room where I feel okay and at peace.
Wow, poor Gina. And poor me, because, you know, he's dancing at me.
Here like sexy dancing.
Yeah, brilliant. Chicka, wow, wow. Here we are in the phone room, ready to take your calls. Please be nice this week, Ian. Please be nice. Who's on line one?
We've got Raphael from New York.
Raphael, all the way from New York?
New York City in America, my God!
Hello?
Hey,
Hello?
I want to talk about how amazing I think Callum is, and I think he was the greatest housemate alongside Glenn from Big Brother 7 in Big Brother history.
Amazing!
And it was such a travesty that he was evicted yesterday, I think, yeah.
You are such a good fan. I'm loving it. Callum, how do you feel about, you know, your international fan from New York?
Loving New York, by the way. Thank you. When your time comes, but thank you for the support.
How are you even watching in New York? Seriously, how are you watching?
Well, I'm watching it online, but yeah, I've been supporting Callum since day one. I think he's such a true gentleman.
Well,
and,
I tell you what, if we send him over to New York, can he come and stay in your house for 2 months?
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not saying yes, Callum. Sorry, he's not saying yes.
That can be a yes.
Who's on line 2?
Oh, we've got Martin from Lincoln.
Thank you.
Martin, Lincoln. Hi. Are you all right?
Look, you lot.
Oh, I love you too, Lincoln. Martin Lincoln.
Can you come over one time and I'll take you out for a coffee or a cup of tea or something?
Really? Oh, I love a brew. Builders. Milk and one.
He won't be putting milk in there. Be careful. I know these. I know these callers. They'll be putting special milk in.
What is your natter?
I'm so happy that Callum left last night.
Really?
I've never liked him.
OK. Why?
I wish the public would have more faith in Hazel, because I know that whole thing with Daly went a bit wrong, but she has come out of herself a bit more. And I hope
do you think that Hazel's turning it around a little bit?
I do. She's becoming a lot better to watch. She's a lovely lady, and I'd love to meet her too.
Oh.
You're obsessed with meeting women you don't know off the TV and making them cups of hot chocolate and tea and things, aren't you, you pervert?
What have you got to say to that, Mr. Lincoln?
Well, you can't go wrong with a bit of a lady. That's what I'd say.
And do you know what, Lincoln? You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong with a brew.
Thank you very much, Lincoln. Let's go to line 3. Who's line 3, please?
We've got Barbara from Manchester.
I love the name Barbara, and I love Manchester. Barbara, talk to me.
Hello, how are you?
I'm so good to hear you. Barbara, don't you just love that name?
Great.
Don't you just love that name?
It's a very strong name.
It's a very
Solid.
strong name. I might call one of my kids Barbara, but I'm not preggers. Hit me.
Yet. I'll hit her.
And I never get it shortened.
Oh, do you not? Not to Bobs?
Babs.
No.
Babs. Babs, what do you want to say about Big Brother, my darling?
Callum, I'm glad he's gone.
Why?
He was like a slimy snake. I don't know, he's green. He's envious and jealous of Dexter, it's obvious.
Do you know what, though? In his defence, maybe, you know, at the end of the day, if you like a girl, you like a girl. And if the girl that you like is, you know, becoming close to a guy that you dislike, maybe, you know, you're going to have a little bit of jealousy. That's human nature.
Yeah. But I don't know, it's just that... I don't know, he's
you
still...
Just weren't feeling him.
It's not only with Charlie, it's with everything about Dexter, I think, that he's a bit jealous and envious with.
OK, well, do you know what, Barbara? He's out now.
Yeah,
and so,
I know.
Get on that wheel in Manchester outside of Selfridges. I love it.
Can I just say, AJ, it turns out you are very, very wise. Did you hear that, wise? Get off! Stop having a go at her, internet haters. She's wise.
I'm wise.
Wise.
I'm a wise old owl. Ow.
They go twit-twoo, but apart from that, very good.
Thanks to all of our callers. I can't actually mimic an animal noise because I'm not an animal. Still to come, we'll be talking about the house chameleon Dexter. Plus, we'll be bringing you all the latest gossip from the house.
Twit-twoo!
See you in a minute.
So, AJ, why do you think Ian makes you feel like that?
Do you know what? I just don't know, Callum. The thing is, I don't think he gets me, you know?
Well, AJ, the problem really is that you need to spread your wings and take flight.
You shut up. You shut up. You shut up. We've got professionals, in inverted commas, over there. Let's go and talk to them, shall we? This is a serious psych show. Let's have an exclusive. Not happy with it.
We're all in a fairly sort of happy, jovial mood today for a change, which is a little bit strange.
That sounds good to Big Brother. Is there anything you're going to miss about Callum?
I I suppose laughing at his cringy moments, the same as he probably laughs at mine. I'm not going to miss the arguments. I'm not going to miss the whole sort of triangle thing. I think it's a new chapter and a new era in the Big Brother family from now forward. So, not a lot, really, to be honest. I'm not really going to miss a lot, but I'm sure he'd say the same thing about me.
Like a good time to talk about the housemate with 9 lives, Dexter. Well, here he is at his best or his worst. Take a look at this, and as you'd expect, Callum, you're quite heavily featured.
This isn't fucking Mastermind. This is Big Brother.
Dexter is playing the game.
Either way, I wasn't going to let him win. You're meant to be pulling all these women. You can't even pull a pint.
You can be very, very, very manipulative.
That's not a very nice thing to say. Yeah, I might fucking shit stir it and I might plant seeds in people's heads, but I'm never going to mention anyone's name. I think it's better the person you know than the devil you know nothing about at all.
That's bullshit.
He sent shivers down my fucking spine.
You're the most manipulating, conniving little weasel I've ever come across.
I'm the head of the Callum Appreciation Society. Someone had to be the evil villain, and yeah, I suppose it was more than likely going to be me.
Oh, indeed. Great sound effects.
Thanks.
After knocking mine. Now, we're joined on the panel by someone who should be able to tell us exactly what he's all about. It's Dexter's friend, Claudine, everyone. Welcome to the show. Thanks so much for coming. Let's get down to business, you know. Okay. You've seen Callum give Dexter a bit of a battering over the last few weeks. They've not got on at all. Is there anything that you'd like to say to him?
Hello, Callum. Callum, I feel that in the house you picked on Dexter and belittled him. And I'd like to know why you hate him so much.
It comes down to the way he acts, his behaviour, and the fact that I called him on his game plan and I wasn't willing to be one of his pawns. He didn't like that.
But he hasn't got a game plan. He hasn't got a game plan. He went in there with a strategy that didn't work. We knew it didn't work.
What was the strategy originally?
Well, that's for Dexter to say.
OK, fair enough.
Well, I mean, did he have a secret strategy up his sleeve?
Well, it's a game show.
Yeah, of course it is.
Exactly. So he did have a strategy.
So there was a strategy. It didn't work. He admitted that. He admitted it on camera.
What was it in the first place? Tell us.
No, I can't.
Why not, man?
That's for Dexter. When he comes out, he'll tell you. There's 2 reasons he went in there.
Is he there to make friends, or is he there to win it?
No, he's in there... Dexter is really insecure. He works 24/7. He doesn't socialise, so he finds socialising really hard. So there's a few reasons he's gone in there. One of them is to make friends. The other is, as you know, Dexter had a really bad gambling problem. And his mum went through a hard time and he went through a hard time. And he wants to go in there to make his mum proud of him as well.
OK.
But ultimately, to find friends, he doesn't have friends. He really finds it hard to socialise. So that is an honest reason. That is why he's gone in.
But he's had a string of friends come along on the panel.
No, he's got
all sorts of
He's got one friend, a close friend that he speaks to on a daily basis. Then he's got a few friends that he speaks to, but he's so insecure, he hates rejection, so he won't say that he's got friends because he hates that rejection.
Well, I mean, we saw tonight that he's still worried about how people perceive him on the outside world. You know, should he be worried, Claudine?
Well, Dexter's in PR, he's in media, so he knows how the media are. When he went in, I think the media had a field day with him and they ripped him to pieces. But now certain people have left.
Right.
I think he's going to take down his shield and you're going to get to see the real Dexter. He's got a really big heart and he is a really lovely person. He just hasn't... You haven't seen it yet.
OK, come on, Callum, what have you got to say?
I was just going to say...
I can see that you're itching.
No, it's all right. Everyone's heard what I've had to say before, but just on your point, you said when he went in, the media ripped him to shreds, but surely you can't put words in someone's mouth. You can't make him act a certain way. He's done that.
No, yeah, he did do that and it didn't work. he went in there with an idea. There's a few reasons, as I said, there's a few reasons he went in there. I've said 2, but when he comes out, he'll tell you.
He'll tell us the third.
There's a few, you know, there are reasons why he's done that.
OK.
But when, you know, Callum said the crocodile tears, it's not... That is really him. He's very insecure.
OK, then. Well, you know, tonight he did...
Can I just say, this is why this series has been so good.
I know.
Isn't it? It's partly because of you. It's because this is such a cracking series.
It certainly is. I mean, tonight, Dexter said that he doesn't want Big Brother to ever end. He actually just wants to stay there. He doesn't want to come back out. Really caught when the bubble burst. Judy?
Oh, I'm sure he will. I mean, as you said, he's in PR. I mean, I'm sure he might be loving the attention in there, but I'm sure he's got a plan as to what he's going to do when he gets out. For me, Dexter's been making headlines all the time in there, and I think that's been, if anything, his major game plan. It's like, what will make tomorrow's headlines, what will get me in the paper the next day? And I think, in a way, he's been building a little empire like that. I mean, I think his other game plan's pretty childish, and I think that's why we quite liked him, really, because it wasn't working. But, no, I think he's very shrewd as an operator like that, and I'm sure he'll come out and there'll be Dexter the legend in his own lifetime.
OK, then. And, you know, like, inside the house, he has been quite unpopular, but yet he's so desperate to be liked. So, Dr. Pam, why is he finding it so difficult to be liked in the house?
Well, the thing is, he is desperately liked, and we've liked it when we've seen those glimpses of vulnerability, and they really are there. You know, as a psychologist, I've certainly seen them. The thing is, when you look at the great theory, great person theory of leadership and likability, there's 3 core traits a person must have. That's easy confidence, that's ability to motivate others, and enhancing generally other people's lives so you don't feel jealous when they do well. He hasn't shown any of those core traits of the likable person, and that's why he's kind of struggled. And also when he talks about his womanizing, you know, we all think, but he's got the sexual chemistry of a plank of wood. You know, what's he talking about? You know? So we've seen all this...
But, you know, there's all that, but then what is it that the public like about him? Because we're keeping him in. Well, why?
I think that he's been fascinating to watch. And certainly the public, you know, like the fact that we do get these occasional glimpses of his big heart, as Claudine says. And then we also see this Machiavellian game plan he's had. And it's quite, you know, it does keep you kind of glued. What will his next move be? I mean, the way he talks about you behind your back, he, like, delivers these sort of erudite sort of lectures.
Callum's got his hand raised. Callum?
They sound like...
Well, listen, I've got to stop. We are running out of time. Very quickly, do you think he can make it to the final, Claudine?
Yes.
Yeah, to the final?
I do.
Judy?
No.
Final, Callum?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Your face broke. No. Not bad. No. OK.
Wow, excellent chat. Thank you all so much, and thank you, Claudia,
Wasn't
for coming.
excellent chat, you're right.
Gosh, I could talk to you all night. I'm really could. Still to come, Ian will be lurking around the cameramans again, plus all the latest news, including a massive fight breaking out in the house.
Don't even think about switching over.
Back to Big Brother's bit on the psych. 52 shows in, and much like Gina's weave, we might look a bit worn out, and we might be getting a bit ratty, but we are clinging on for dear life, people. Yes! Here's today's news. What a great joke. At 11:35 this morning, Sophie, Hazel and Jack were sitting outside discussing Charlie, and Hazel felt the need to defend her recent actions.
Do you know what? I think she got... Do you know the way, since I really thought I was leaving last week, and in the last week I got a bit more like, fuck it all, fuck everything, I don't give a fuck, I'll say what I want, do you know? And it's not out of, oh, I better change my game, better do whatever, and I remember I got a bit emotional after the letter, which I think you're just
I think you're just realising that the fact that your 2 weeks is over.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Whatever.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got it all in the spin.
I felt a bit like I kind of like confided in her when it came to being upset about the letter. I was like, I feel really like I said I feel a bit embarrassed, just you know that all of a sudden I'm upset over the letter, and that week did get to me. I don't think it wouldn't get to anyone. I'm human at the end of the day. It was really hard, and she kind of was like, you can't just change now and become emotional and to be seen to be crying just because you think that's what people want. And I was like, I'm not.
Could Hazel versus Charlie be the new major rift in the house? Only time will tell. Yes, time did tell, as approximately 25 minutes later, Hazel and Charlie went into the treehouse for a bit of a natter, or as the housemates say, a DP, which means deep and personal for those of you who don't know.
What's going on,
I don't know, I feel weird. I want to talk to you about it because some of it's to do with you and then some of it's not to do with you at all.
Yeah.
But I suddenly feel really emotional.
Do you?
Yeah.
What's up?
I don't know.
I thought you were a bit down yesterday, but I don't know, is it today? Or do you just need a hug? What's going on? I know. That was the way I was with Dan up here that day. I was literally like, do you mind for a second?
I've suddenly got, like, I lost my head in here again the last few days. I really have.
Yeah, I could see that. You were getting lost in the clouds a lot.
Getting really lost, and then I feel like you said, there is a limit on how you can be with someone in here.
Yeah.
How close you can get, how much you can tell each other, how much you can experience. It's capped.
Oh, I mean, there must have been a lot to talk about because they were up there for over 2 hours. And finally, at 5:20, the lazy Saturday afternoon calm was shattered beyond all recognition as one of the most vicious and one-sided fights in Big Brother history broke out in the bedroom.
Have you ever done that?
How'd you land so soft? Sure, you don't even... He just pressed it.
Oh, it's my goodie bag! Oh, it's my goodie bag! You're my goodie bag! Oh, it's my goodie bag! Oh, you're my goodie bag! Oh, you're my goodie bag! Hey, my goodie bag! Hey, my goodie bag! Oh,
How boring and quiet would the house be without the twins?
I was saying that yesterday.
goodie bag! Oh, it's my goodie bag! Oh, it's my goodie bag! Where's my goodie bag? Where's my goodie bag?
Joe, stop quick.
Oh, it's my goodie bag!
Make sure you tune into the main show tomorrow at 9 p.m. for that and much, much more. That's today's news. But what is happening right this minute? Ian, talk to me.
Well, someone's dropped their guts in the camera room. It really stinks. Apart from that, look how close Sam is to us.
Oh.
Look, he came up. He was looking directly at me. Look.
No.
Yeah, look. He's playing with a stick on. I'm really scared.
Are you?
I don't like it.
Man up, Ian.
I can't man up. Shall I go in?
Yeah, go in, man.
No.
Do it.
So look, he's upset because someone's used his clippers. Lots has been happening. The housemates have been trying to sum up their lives in the Big Brother house in 3 words. Sophie says, amazing, mind-blowing and unique.
Wow.
Yeah, that's 5. Hazel's been doing impressions of Gina and other housemates, and they're all trying on each other's clothes. I think Hazel is trying on possibly one of Charlie's dresses. There's Dexter, he's just been picking his nose.
OK, then, well, let's leave it there before you get busted.
No, I've not finished.
Yeah, bye, Ian.
No, I've not finished.
See ya. I've got the power to do that. Just cut him off. Hi, Ian.
Hi.
Oh, good to see you.
Yeah, you say that now.
You know, you was really missed last night.
Yeah, well, we've got to deal with this because there was an announcement took place on yesterday's show that's left a lot of people very angry online.
What was that announcement?
Well, we can't ignore it. It was when you and Rylan referred to the other Ian as Ian 1.
OK.
We all know. I mean, it's not... I don't mind. It's not a personal thing for me, but the people online... Like, BB Spy said, how dare they call this imposter Ian 1. Jake Seath said, Ian 1? Bitch, please, have you ever met Ian Symes? And Lizanne Roy said, I'm not a happy BBBOTS fan right now. Ian number 1 is Ian Symes and always will be. Get it right.
OK, chill out.
This isn't me. I don't mind. It's not a personal thing for me. I don't
Ian 1 from last night stripped down to his thongs. Yeah. Would you do that? I want you in your thongs and I want to spank that booty.
Well, maybe after the show.
Oh, wait. And I'll have my wet wipes ready to cleanse my hands. Well, thanks, Ian. That was a great chat.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's it. We are out of time, folks. Thanks to all of my guests. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 12:30 in the afternoon for Ryland's Supersized Celebrity Sunday. The special guest, 911, Francine Lewis. Oh, it's going to be amazing. Catch you soon. Bye-bye.